Hey guys, thanks for tuning into F1 Podcast. We're up to 78 now, Max. Thanks very much for watching. And Max, we've been waiting for Spa all week, and I tell you, it's been pretty tough waiting for those cars to run around Spa. But we've had practice now. We're doing this episode before quali. How's your week been, mate? And how have you been leading up to Spa Francorchamps?
Oh mate, I've been like a kid in a candy store. It's probably one of all of our most favourite tracks, I guess. And it's wonderful that it's still on the calendar. I mean, we went through 2006 without Spa, came back with a vengeance in 07, and here we are. We find ourselves again in the Ardennes forest.
Yes, we do, mate. I love the Ardennes forest. I've been reading a little bit about the Ardennes forest this week. Very interesting, very historical. But anyway, great circuit. Yeah, thanks, mate. Very great circuit, and always puts on a great race. And of course, it's been a happy hunting ground for Ferrari with Schumacher and Kimi, of course. So it always is an exciting race. And there's been rain there in practice, and I think they're expecting rain during the race. So
it wouldn't be Spa without rain, mate.
Yeah, and also just, sometimes at Spa it's raining on certain parts of the circuit. It's great, like pit straight's dry, and then up in the forest it's wet. I love the fact that Spa throws that up.
Mate, as far as the circuit itself is concerned, you're a massive fan of the circuit. Do you like the whole track, mate, or are there certain parts of the track that you would change or don't like?
I love everything, mate. From the first hairpin, obviously Air Rouge. Yeah, La Source is great. It's and then obviously moving on to Air Rouge and then up the hill through the forest. It's really got everything. Actually, Max and I, we went and had a few beers at the pub, surprisingly, this week, Max.
That'll shock you.
Yeah, and we were talking about the fact that Spa is probably, the best circuit ever. I think that the Nordschleife is probably the best circuit, but in terms of a circuit that's modern and, obviously F1's on it and other cars, it's just the best circuit, Max.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's great.
I've never heard a driver say they don't like driving at Spa. I love 99% of the circuit, but there is 1% that I really don't like, and it's the change to the bus stop. I hate it. I hate the current
layout. Yeah.
Layout. It's shit. I wanted the old bus stop with the tight left-right hander out of it, leading back onto the straight, and it just doesn't look like that anymore. So. Other than that, 99% of the circuit, can't fault, love it, we all do, but I just don't like the bus stop.
The bus stop was always difficult, but now it's easy. As Peter Windsor said, it's too easy now. It's just too easy.
It's ordinary.
It's another chicane, and I agree, Max. The bus stop used to be a challenge, but now it's terrible. They could improve that, but I guess they made the changes to the circuit, and they had to do something.
Oh, look. Yeah, totally understandable, but I'm a happy man, mate. There's 99% of the joint I love. You don't get that at many circuits, as all you guys are, I'm sure, we're both very much looking forward to this race.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race, and hopefully a lot more exciting than the last race. So in practice...
Oh, you mean Valencia, sorry. Yeah.
That one. Yeah.
Oh, that one, yeah.
So Max, leading into the race, obviously we've had practice, and there's been a few offs. Looking on the internet, seeing photos of the Force India car off the circuit. Weber had a big off at Rivage. So they've been testing.
Kimi Räikkönen.
Kimi came off a little.
Had a little off.
Yeah, so they've been going for it, mate.
Yeah, they sure have. Pep and I have only seen first and second practice. We haven't seen anything else, and I'm sure something else will happen in third practice and in qualifying, no doubt. It's been pretty tricky out there. There's no doubt about it. Some teams have had a lot of trouble getting heat into their tyres. But yep, we've had a few offs, and I'm sure they won't be the last for the weekend. Yeah,
well, we've got qualifying to come, so I agree, Max. There's going to be plenty of offs. Spa always.
But that's what makes Spa so good. As you were saying earlier, half of the track can be fairly dry, and the other half of the track can be underwater or run off water. And anything can happen. It's always an exciting race, no doubt about it.
Yeah, exactly. So, mate, let's give our tips now. Let's talk about the race and who we think is going to win the race. Do you want to start us off, Max?
Yeah, I think we'd all agree that the weather being the massive equaliser is going to make tipping this Grand Prix very, very difficult. For my first place, this time I've gone for Lewis Hamilton. The McLaren's, it's still up there and thereabouts, and I've got a feeling that despite Ferrari's good form in the last couple of races, I've got a feeling that Lewis, it's about time for him now to bounce back and show McLaren's dominance. I think they'll do well at Monza next week, or the next race, but I also think they'll do okay at Spa.
Max, a few minutes ago when you wrote Lewis down, I was pretty surprised actually that you selected Lewis. I've actually gone for Kimi. I keep tipping Kimi to turn it around, and we all know that my tips are pretty ordinary.
Mine ain't much better, mate.
Yeah, but a lot of people have been talking about Kimi sort of coming back and about the championship, of course, and what a Ferrari going to do. And the fact that Kimi's done so well at Spa and the Ferrari's so quick, and I'm thinking about Massa, which we were talking about, sort of retiring and having a lot of speed, and even the Ferrari at Valencia, a lot of speed there. So I'm calling Kimi to turn it around. I hope he turns it around, Max. I really do. So yeah, I'm actually calling Ferrari 1-2. I'm calling Kimi and Massa to do really well in Spa and to get a Ferrari 1-2, Max.
Okay, all right, that's interesting. I mean, as we all know, Kimi's got form at Spa, having won the last 3 races in a row. So he certainly does have form. I think in one of the practice sessions today, he was still 5th fastest. And I know we can't take too much out of the practice times. I mean, Alonso admitted he was fueled lightly for practice 2. But I have a bit of an issue with Kimi at the moment. But I guess we'll see. It'll be interesting. All right. Well, for P2, I've picked Felipe Massa. I'm trying really hard to forget his race at Silverstone, where he spun about 5 times in the wet. But I don't know, Felipe seems to be doing the right thing at the moment, and he's got a lot of momentum, and that Ferrari is quick, and he's proving that, more so than what Kimi is. So I'm putting a hell of a lot of faith in Felipe to get P2.
Yeah, well, we're both calling Felipe for P2. I've obviously got a Ferrari 1-2, but then I've got Lewis in P3, Max. I still think McLaren's got a heap of pace, and Lewis is going to be right there. So 2 Ferraris on the top steps, and then Lewis at P3, mate.
Okay, very interesting. For my P3, I've chosen said Vettel in the STR.
I called him last time for a podium.
You did?
Yeah.
But I don't know. They seem to be on the up and up, and I think their result in Valencia in the last race would give them a lot of comfort, a lot of confidence. So as a speculator, I'm picking Vettel, and I'd like to see him on the podium.
All right, guys. Well, let us know your tips. We'll be commenting on this video after qualifying, leading up into the race, and even after the race. But let us know your tips for the race. And we're going to do a quick video after this, just with some news. There hasn't been much, mate. It's been sort of no surprises this week, but we're going to do a quick video on that. And we'll load that very soon after this one. So we'll see you soon.
Alright, but before we go, I think we'll also be doing some laps of Spa.
Yes, we'll be doing that too.
Alright guys,
see ya. Bye.